Hello everyone, so in this video we will be discussing discount still under the interest and money time relationships. So discount is the difference between the future worth of a certain commodity and its present worth. And there are two types of discount, which are the trade discount and the cash discount. Trade discount is what we call the discount that is offered by the seller to induce trading. We also have the cash discount, which is the reduction on the selling price offered to a buyer to induce him to pay promptly. So for the example of the trade discount, let's say for example, if some of you here have already tried or has an iPhone, an old series of an iPhone, you can actually trade that one to a new iPhone or to the latest iPhone, and that will offer a discount to your purchase of the new iPhone. And for the example of the cash discount, again, it is the selling price offered to a buyer to induce him to pay promptly. So, for example, if you are loaning some appliances, and some appliance stores offers cash discounts whenever you pay on or before the deadline, and that discount is what we call the rebate. So we also have an example here. Suppose James purchased goods from Ali of the list price of 5,000 pesos on April 1, 2016. Ali allowed 10% discount to James on the list price for purchasing goods in bulk quantity. Further, a discount of 200 pesos was allowed to him for making immediate payment. So this is also an example. Also an example for the cash discount. So for example, if you are looking for a laptop in some stores, whenever you pay the laptop in cash, full payment in cash, you'll get cash discounts for about quite amount of money. So those are examples of discounts. So now we will be discussing how can we solve the discounts of a certain purchase or discounts of a loan amount. So we have here the formula of the discount, which is equivalent to F minus P, where F is the accumulated amount or future worth and P is the principal or present worth. So from the previous videos, we have been talking about the F and the P, the principal, the future worth, and now we'll be discussing the amount of discount or the D. We also have the discount rate, which is written in a small letter D. And discount rate is said to be the discount on 1 unit of principal per unit of time. So that is given by this equation. F minus P all over F is equivalent to 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative 1. So this is the formula of the discount rate. And also, we have here if the commodity is discounted in a certain period of time. So let's say, for example, that is discounted for 1 year. So we have this formula. P is equivalent to F times 1 minus D. But if it's discounted for N years or for number of years, we have F times 1 minus N, where N is the number of years and D is the discount rate. And for the relationship between discount rate and interest rate, it has the formula I is equivalent to D over 1 minus D, where D here is said to be discount the discount rate, and we also have the discount rate is equivalent to I, or the interest rate, all over 1 plus I. And again, D is the discount rate for the period involved, and I is the rate of interest for the same period. So now we're going to answer some examples. So we have here Mr. T borrowed money from the bank. He receives from the bank 1,340 pesos and promised to pay 1,500 at the end of 9 months. Compute A, simple interest rate, and B, discount rate. So from the previous video, or from the previous discussions, we have already discussed how to compute simple interest rate. Again, if it's not stated that we have to use the exact simple interest rate, then we'll use the formula of the simple interest rate, the ordinary simple interest. And B, we also need to find the discount rate. In order for us to solve the problem easier, we need to identify first the given that we have here. So from here um, we have the F, or the future worth, which is 1,500, since the bank given him, or Mr. T, 1,340. So meaning to say 1,340 is our present worth, and he promised to pay 1,500 at the end of 9 months. So meaning to say 1,500 is our future worth, and our time is 9 months, which is in ordinary simple interest, that is 270 all over 360. And we also have, that's it. Then we need to find the A, or the simple interest rate. So meaning to say we need to find the R. So from the formula of the simple interest rate, we have I is equivalent to PRT. And since F is involved here, and we don't have, and we are not looking for the I, so meaning to say we need to use the formula F is equivalent to P plus I, where I again is equivalent to PRT. So we have PRT here, and let's just factor our P here, so we can just substitute that later on once. So we have P1 plus RT. So this is now the formula in order for us to get the R, or the simple interest rate. So from that formula, we can already substitute our F, which is 1,500. That is equivalent to P, which is 1,340, times 1 plus R, which is unknown, and our T, which is 270 all over 360. So we can already solve for the R here. So R is equivalent to 0.1592, and if you multiply that by 100%, that is equivalent to 15.92%. So meaning to say this is now our R, or the interest rate that we are looking for, or sometimes it is also called the I, or the interest rate. So now let's move on to solving letter B, which is the discount rate. Meaning to say we need to find the D, or D is unknown from letter B, or the discount rate. So earlier we have the formula D is equivalent to I all over 1 plus I. Since we already know what is our I, then we can just substitute that here. So we have our I is 15.92, or 0.1592 all over 1 plus 0.1592. So that gives us the discount rate of 0.1373, and we need to multiply that by 100 so that we can get the percentage of our D. So D is said to be 13.73%. So this is now the final answer for the discount rate and for the interest rate. Okay, so now let's move on to another example. We have here, find the discount if 2,000 pesos is discounted for 6 months at 8% simple discount. So again, we have 2,000, that is our P, or the present worth. We have our interest rate, which is, or the R, which is equivalent to 0.08. And we also have the time, which is 6 months. So 6 times 30, that is 180 all over 360. So this is again for the ordinary simple interest. So now we can already get the future worth of this one, because as we know that the formula of discount is F minus P, but we don't know the F yet, so we need to solve F first before we can find our discount amount. So we have F is equivalent to P times 1 plus RT. So this is from the formula F is equivalent to P plus I. Okay, so since we already know the formula of our P, which is 2000, 1 plus R, which is 0.08, and our time or our number of years is we have 180 all over 360. So our F is given to be equivalent to 2080. Now we already have the value of our F. Now we can already solve for our discount amount. So D is equivalent to 2080 minus our principal worth, which is 2000. So meaning to say our discount amount is 80 pesos. So this is now our final answer. So meaning to say, it is discounted by 80 for 6 months. So those are all the discussion for the discount. And I hope you learned something from the video. And I'll see you on my next videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day.